Hey YouTube, welcome back to Cassandra's Kitchen where I eat to live and not live to eat. Today we're going to be making holiday dish number 10. I decided to do something sweet instead of savory. So we're going to make a pineapple upside down cake. A vegan pineapple upside down cake, that is. So if you're interested in seeing how I create this pineapple upside down cake, stay tuned and I'll show you. Alright guys, so we're going to need a few simple ingredients to go ahead and get started on this cake. We're going to need flour, so you guys know I use white spelt most of the time, but I know everybody can't get white spelt this time of year. If you try to order it on Amazon, you're probably not going to find it, so we can use all-purpose flour. And so for the purpose of this video, because I want to make sure everyone can make this cake and have these ingredients, I'll use the all-purpose flour today. We're going to need some brown sugar. We're going to need some regular sugar, which I'm using the monk sugar. You're gonna need about a cup of that. We're gonna need some plant-based milk. I'm using almond milk, unsweetened almond milk. You're gonna need 3/4 cups of that. You need some plant-based butter. So I'm using half a stick of plant-based butter. We're gonna need a little bit of olive oil for this recipe. We're gonna need some pure vanilla. We're gonna need some baking soda, if I didn't already say that. A little bit of salt. We're going to need some pineapples, of course, and I'm using the Dole pineapple slices, and so these are the non-GMO. We're going to need the cherries, the Maraschino, Maraschino, I think that's how you pronounce it. If I didn't pronounce it right, forgive me, cherries. And we're going to use a little bit of the juice from the pineapple, so don't discard your juice, or don't give it to your kids or your husband who wants to drink the juice out of the can, so save that. And we're going to need a little bit of the apple cider vinegar. So for my egg replacement, I'm going to use just egg. You can use the flax seeds, the flax eggs if you have that, or whatever egg replacement you have. But this is what we're going to need to go ahead and get started on making this pineapple upside down cake. I'm not going to use my mixer. I'm going to use my hand whisk, only because I don't want to over mix everything. But if you have a mixer, you can. I would just say don't over mix. And then you're going to need a pan. I'm going to actually make mine in a bundt pan this time. You can use a square pan, a round pan. You can use whatever size cake pan. But this recipe does call for a 9-inch cake pan. And just a bowl to mix in. And I'm going to sift my flour just a little bit. We'll have that little sifter there. So that's all we're going to need to start making our cake. So come on over, come up a little closer, and we'll get started. All right, so first thing, we're going to start on our topping. So you want to make sure that your pan is nicely coated. So I've just greased and coated my pan with some flour. And then this is where we're going to add our half a stick of butter. So we're going to make sure we even the butter on the bottom of this pan. And we're going to put a half a cup of brown sugar. So just go ahead and evenly disperse your butter. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of toss that around a little bit. And then we want to put in our half a cup of brown sugar. And just kind of get that. So when you're using the bundt pan, you know, it has a little groove. So just want to kind of make sure you evenly disperse your sugar in there. That's why I'm kind of scooping it out a little bit with my hand, just to make sure it's in here pretty even. It's not going to be perfect, but as even as we can get it. Okay. And then I'm just going to, actually I'm going to get a spoon, my spatula, one moment. Spatula for this, just to kind of get that down in here. Okay, and then next what we're going to do is we're going to place our pineapples on top of our brown sugar here. And you want to kind of, I've had my pineapples out, but you know, I would just kind of take some of the juice off of the pineapples. Just get a paper towel and do the juice like, you know, just, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna layer my pineapples around. There, you can be fancy and cut them long ways and have them going this way, but I think you get more pineapple when you lay it this way. I was indecisive how I wanted to do this because I like the look of the other one, but it doesn't seem like you get pineapple in every bite. So I'm just gonna make sure we pat these dry and get the pineapples laid on here. And 1 can will be plenty for this. I know you can use crushed pineapples. I know growing up, my mom, she would use we would do it in the square pan though, and they would use crushed pineapples too. So either way. And then we're gonna do our cherries. Get my cherries out of here. Okay. And then we just want to place cherries on the inside of our pineapples. And we want to place cherries also wherever there's an empty spot on the pan. And I'll show you that here. And just kind of make sure the cherries are also kind of dry. So here I want to place in just the cherries along the sides there. Okay. Okay, I think that's good for the cherries. Look like it's even. And then if you want to, you can actually bring, you want pineapples to be on the sides of your cake. And I'll show you that as well, but let me get my scissors here. My kitchen shears. If you want to do pineapple, you can cut your pineapples in half. If you want the pineapples to kind of go down the sides of your cake, just layer them that way. That's not necessary. You don't have to, but I want to use the rest of these pineapples I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and try to make it even just in case I don't have enough to go around the whole cake. Let's see. Actually, do it like this. Scoot them over one. Yeah. I'm trying this. Okay. Now we have one more. I think we're going to be good here. Just slice these down the middle. Okay. That way we have the pineapples just going down the side. Like I said, this is not going to be actually perfect because I don't have enough to evenly put it. But that's all we want to do with our pineapples. And so we're just going to let this sit, and then we're going to start working on our actual cake batter. So I'm going to move this to the side. And then what we want to do, I want to sift my flour as I go. So I have this little sifter here, which I'm using as a sifter anyway. So we're going to move this over. And then we're going to do 1 3/4 cups of flour. Again, I'm just using the white all-purpose flour. So that's 1 cup. And then we want to do another 3/4 cups. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is just kind of do this. Just to make sure there's no clumps in there. Just kind of sift it in my bowl. That's that. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our sugar, which this is a cup of sugar. And actually, we're not going to put the sugar in just yet. We're going to put our salt and our baking soda. So we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just a 1/2 teaspoon. Let's get that in there. And And we're going to need a teaspoon of baking soda. So 1 teaspoon. Baking soda. Okay. And what we're going to do is just go ahead and kind of get this together here. Just kind of mix that in there. Okay, let me move this over. All right. And then next what we're going to need is our sugar. So I have a cup of sugar. I'm going to get our sugar mixed in here. I just like mixing everything one at a time just to get it all mixed in here really well. And that was the monk sugar that I used. It was the brown monk. I didn't have any of the white monk sugar. So I went ahead and just used the brown monk sugar. But you can use any sugar that you have. That's going to be totally okay. And then from here, what we want to do is put in our, so we have our brown sugar in here. We have our, look at my notes I have here. We have our baking soda in there. We have our sugar. We need 3/4 cups of milk. And I have 3/4 cups of almond milk. That mixed in here, and we don't want to over mix. And then we're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and get my vanilla in here. Now I would recommend using pure vanilla, not vanilla imitation vanilla. It does not taste the same. So 2 teaspoons of our vanilla. And then we're going to need a 1/3 cup of, we're going to need a 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil. Have that measured out here. Okay. And we're going to need a little bit of our vinegar. So 1 tablespoon of the white or the apple cider vinegar. Now you don't have apple cider vinegar, you can use regular vinegar. I use apple cider. Get that in there. Okay, let's go ahead and get this mixed. And the last thing I'm gonna mix in is my egg. And so it calls for 2 eggs, but what I'm gonna use is the just egg. And so for the just egg, for 1 egg, it's 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna need 2/4 cups. Okay, just gonna make sure we get this stirred in here good so all those ingredients are evenly dispersed throughout your batter. So let me go ahead and get my eggs. And I need my 1/4 cup. So I'm gonna need 2 of these for 2 eggs. 1. I like mixing them in one at a time. So let's get this one mixed in here. And if you have a wire spatula, you can get all your stuff off the sides, which I'll do that here in a second. Okay. All right, so now we need our 2nd egg. Okay. All right, let's get this mixed in here. Like I said, this is real easy to make, real easy cake mix. And it's pretty similar to just your regular pineapple upside down cake. What I like to do is try to keep it as normal or as close to a regular recipe, and then just whatever I can change to make it vegan, I'll do that. And so just changing the egg, the milk, and the butter, you know, it gets you your vegan recipe. And that's what I do with a lot of my recipes. I try to keep them the same, but I just go in and I make some slight changes to some of the ingredients to make it vegan. So that's that. Okay. And so let me double check to make sure I'm looking over my recipe, make sure I got all my ingredients in here, because sometimes when I'm talking, I don't want to forget anything. Oh, I need my pineapple juice. I didn't put my pineapple juice in here. So we want to give a 1/4 of pineapple juice. So this is my 1/4 cup. I just had my egg in here. That's okay. Come pour a little bit of my pineapple juice in there.
Did you put your baking soda in there?
Okay. Yeah, and get that juice in there. That's what I was didn't want to forget that. Okay. And so I got my baking soda in here. I got my sugar. I got my flour. Got my vanilla. Got my egg. Got my vinegar. Okay. So this is pretty much done. Like I said, we don't want to over mix it. That's why I didn't use my mixer. Just kind of take your time and stir everything in. And we're going to get this in our pan. And you want to cook it on a 350-degree oven for about 55 minutes. Depending on your oven, but halfway through you want to check it and maybe cover it with some foil so it doesn't over brown. All right, so let me get my pan over here, and we're gonna just get our batter down in our pan and just kind of evenly disperse that around. You want to get all that out of there, so get your spatula that you can get all that dough, all that batter out of there. Those are all your ingredients. Okay. All right. Almost done here. I'm going to get all this out of here. Okay. It smells good. I love the smell of the vanilla. Okay. And then just make sure that your batter's kind of evenly dispersed. Just making sure it gets all over my pineapples. And that's all you do. So we're going to get this into our oven. We're going to bake it again on 350 degrees. And then we're going to let it cook halfway through, about 30 minutes. Check it, and then put foil over the top so it doesn't brown too much. We just don't want the bottom to be over browned, okay? So I'll come back once this comes out of the oven and let you see what it looks like. Okay, so we just took the cake out of the oven. It rose really nicely. So I had it cooking, 30 minutes. Then I took it out and just covered my pan with a little bit of foil. And then I placed it back in there for another 25 minutes. And it came out, the toothpick came out clean. So we're going to let this cool for a few minutes, get it flipped over. And then I'll let you see what it looks like from there. All right, guys, here is our end results. Our pineapple upside down cake in a bundt cake pan. It actually looks nice. I can say where the pineapples were on the sides, you know, the dough kind of covered them up. So they're kind of inside of the cake instead of where you can see it on the top, which is fine. I'm gonna bring you a close up and you guys can see this here, where you can see the pineapples are inside of the dough. So the cake kind of came over top of it, which is fine. It's not gonna be out like that, but this is a close up here of the cake. Just kind of give you a good look here. And I just wanted you guys to see how the pineapples on the sides that we put on the sides, they kind of got covered up by the actual, some of them did, not all of them, by the cake. But overall, it turned out to be a nice cake. And you know, pineapple upside down cakes are usually put in a square pan for the most part, you know, but I wanted to do it in a bundt. I think it turned out okay. So it looks good. So now we're gonna see what my vegan pineapple upside down cake tastes like. So I'm gonna give it a nice little cut here. And then I'll let you guys see the inside once I cut it. Cut through this pineapple here. Okay, let me get a fork. Lift it out. Okay, and I want you guys to see the inside of it as well. So back to the camera. So this is what the inside of it looks like. Looks moist. And that's the cake itself. Both sides. That's the cake, okay? So, it looks good. It looks moist. Now, we're going to see exactly what it tastes like. And none other than yours truly, Mr. Coleman.
Yes.
Can I have your assistance, please?
You sure can.
Come on over here.
My favorite time once again.
And is there a Smurf in the house?
Yes.
Is there a Smurf in the house?
Yeah.
All right, aka Ariana. She's my little Smurf. She's gonna come over and as well. So you guys see what the cake looks like. So does it look good?
Yes,
Yeah.
it looks really good, y'all.
All right, so we're gonna do a taste test. So of course, Pawpaw always gets to go first, right? Yes, he does. So and it's still warm. These cakes are great warm. So I just let it cool for 10 minutes. I flipped it over. And he's about ready to bite into it. So it's been out of the oven probably good 15 minutes now. 20 at the most. So it's still real good and warm. So we're going to see what this vegan cake tastes like.
It's not bad, it's good. The moisture is there. The taste is there. I mean, it's upside down. I mean, not upside down. Yeah, pineapple upside down cake. That's what it is. And it's not bad, y'all. It's really good. It's different because when you're used to eating like spelt flour and different things, when I taste this, it sort of reminds me of like, you know, like the way my mom used to make upside down cake in a way. But this is fresh out of the oven. It's good. I mean, it's upside down cake. I mean, the pineapples, the flavor, the texture, and everything is still there. It's a cake. Good God Almighty, y'all. Y'all won't be disappointed. It's good.
So
Good
vegan
job.
with the eggs and
Yeah.
everything, you can't cook.
It's
okay.
good. You can't really tell. You know, it tastes like upside down cake. Yeah.
All right, well, I got to try it.
Good
So,
job. Go ahead.
Thank you. So Ariana, you want me to cut it for you?
Sure.
Not bad. Yeah, you won't be disappointed.
Okay, you can get that piece. Make sure it's not too hot. It's still a little warm.
What do you think?
Good job, Mama.
Good.
It's good? You like it? Okay. All right, so let me taste it here
Yeah, taste it. I mean,
and see what it tastes like. Because it looks really good.
yeah, it's still kind of moist from just came out of the oven, so.
Yeah, it's going to be warm.
Yeah. I think once it cools off a little bit more, be able to enjoy it a little bit more.
It's super moist.
Yes.
I mean, the moisture is
Yes.
in there. It's not overly sweet.
Right.
You know, some cakes are just the pineapples and
Right.
the juice. It's not overly sweet.
Because I thought it was at first because I seen all the brown sugar. I'm like, good Lord, it's a sugar ball. But it seemed like it just dissolved in there perfectly.
I think the Just
Yeah.
Eggs are actually, they did it. I think
Yeah.
the Just Eggs are actually really good with this.
Yeah. It's really good.
It kind of reminds me of I want to say like a sauce cake too.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I don't know if y'all know about sauce cakes. It's actually really good. I like it. I'm gonna eat this last bite.
She's enjoying it, y'all. It's really good, y'all. Not gonna be disappointed on this one. Yes, it's really good.
It actually is good. I mean,
Cause I'm gonna have me a big old piece later.
it's warm. Like right now,
Yeah.
it's really warm. It's comforting. So
Yeah.
I think it'll be really good. I think it can sit on the table this holiday as dish number 10. I think it's holding its own.
Yes.
I really do. To be a vegan cake, some people are like, oh, it's vegan, don't have the eggs, don't have the. This is actually
But it's
holding
really
its own.
good.
It's really good. So guys, you know what to do. Try it, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up.
Give me a thumbs up.
And of course, share the video.
Sure, you guys.
Because I'm sure somebody's gonna want to make this this cake for Christmas or
Yes.
New Year's or any time thereafter. So, and of course, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting on?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes, and so we are so grateful and thankful for each of you. Now,
Yes.
with the sugar and everything that we've been taking in over the holidays, our holiday dishes have been a little bit probably unhealthy here and there.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because join us come January. We're going to be doing a 30-day reset. It's
Yes.
a body reset. It's
Body
a cleanse.
reset, y'all. Gotta clean
So
it
all
up.
high alkaline, everything, just
Yeah.
flushing out our bodies. So it's okay. So, hey,
Yes.
when I come back in January, you're going to see a lot of high alkaline meals. You're going to see a lot of things that's going to clear out the body.
Yes.
So be prepared for that and join us.
Yes.
Join us in this cleanse, and I'll be giving you some tips on what we're doing throughout our cleanse to
Yes.
keep our bodies flushed out. So
Right.
we thank you.
Yes.
We
Thank you.
appreciate each and every one of you. And again, until next time, be
Happy
blessed.
holidays.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye.